on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it slow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the fifth-year quarterback, Jameis Winston, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as they take on the new man, Nick Foles, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. A few minutes prior to us coming on air, this crowd was jolted into action with the introduction of these Jaguars. They're set for football as the Jags are ready to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. Charles, you look at this Jaguar team. They come in playing reasonably well. Losers the last time out, but winners of 4 of 5 before that. On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come into this one knowing it's been a tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
So on 4th down, out comes the Bucs free agent signee Bradley Pinion to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
Brandon, never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Tempo. 54 miles. Down to lose 1. Here we go.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. And they tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
A big run there by Johnson. 45 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Johnson running right. Wiggles free. Again he finds an opening. And he's into the clear. Touchdown, Jaguars. A big play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt and then you go. They begin the drive with Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Foles. The catch made by James O'Shaughnessy, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars.
Jacksonville, 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Foles. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Johnson's got it complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2nd and 12, and went backwards for 2 yards. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's fielded down into Buccaneer territory. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 30. He gets this one to Johnson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. And you can bet they're going to lean on him quite a bit, obviously. They did last week. It was over 100 yards. Also, AFC Player of the Week is announced Wednesday.
And until they take that away, I would continue to lean on him. Try and have another award for him, one in this game. But when you look back at last week, and you saw how he was able to find holes in the defense, but also the run after the catch, that's what made it impressive.
They go back to the ground with Johnson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Anytime you eclipse 100 yards rushing, you deserve the acclaim that comes with it, and he got it. AFC Offensive Player of the Week last week.
And wasn't up around 200, wasn't in a crazy, crazy game, but very good, solidly in that driver's seat to win that award, and he did. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just... And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach at our EA Sports. You want the third quarter? And they start the second half with Johnson. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Foles. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. They were looking for... On first down, it's Johnson. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This one complete to the tight end, O'Shaughnessy. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to...
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great play there. The first down carry here for Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Again, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. And he's gone 2-2 on us now at 2 receiving touchdowns, now his 2nd rushing touchdown. Here's Bradley Pinion now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And an update from the Circle City up in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Ryan Tannehill with 1 touchdown pass thus far. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. 2nd and 11. And the catch made by Johnson. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Now back to throw. He's got his tight end O'Shaughnessy. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. They'll run on 1st down. Johnson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it with Johnson. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 16, Foles. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover there in the end zone. DJ Chark, the intended target, and it's 3rd and short. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Check 9, check 9. Here we go.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this one into the hands of DJ Chark. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Here we go, D. Here I come. One.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? This will be caught at about the 5. Able to hold him to just 2 yards.
Tempo, tempo, tempo.
On 1st down, Johnson. Shaquille Barrett in on the tackle. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They had 3 yards on 1st down, just 1 yard there. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 3rd down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A big play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. How about the game that he has compiled here? So he has the 2 receiving touchdowns, and now that is his 3rd run. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know. Well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Here we go. We ready? Hey, we got tight left. 4 down, 4 down.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Shaquille Barrett in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. So this will be a win for Jacksonville. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Jags, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, it's another week with more questions than answers as they fall to 3-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
tryna bring the bass bird.
Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why do not get violent. Ay,